Being the only ASEAN country with less than 12 years of basic education, the Philippines has fallen behind many of its global rivals. In order to keep up with the fast-paced globalization and ever-changing world, the K-12 system was passed into law through the Republic Act No. 10533, otherwise known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013. Despite the effort, the system has only shown results that's anything but acceptable. The implementation of K-12 only gave insignificant gains and failed to deliver its primary purpose, and most importantly, failed to help attain the common good. The Department of Education, DepEd, Commission on Higher Education, CHED, and Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, TESDA, were tasked to create a curriculum that was learner-centered, relevant, responsive, and research-based, culture-sensitive, contextualized, global, motivating, and flexible. The new program was patterned from the K642 model, which means that the basic education involves kindergarten, 6 years of elementary education, 4 years of junior high school, and 2 years of senior high school. Those who go through the 12-year program will get an elementary diploma after 6 years, a junior high school diploma after an additional 4 years, and a senior high school diploma after the final 2 years. In the future, a full 12-year basic education will eventually be required for entry into tertiary level education. The main objective of kindergarten education is for socialization and adjustment prior to formal education. The mother tongue or the first language learned by the child is used for instruction until the 3rd grade of elementary education. Throughout the curriculum, enhanced education in science and math follow a spiral progression, where concepts taught in lower grades gradually become more complicated in the upper grades. This is said to prevent disjunctions between schooling stages, which in turn encourages learners to learn relevant topics and skills for their development, such as persistence and mastery of subjects and skills as they are revisited and refined with more depth and complexity at the next level. Despite the ideal goals, the poor implementation of the new curriculum and the inadequate resources prevented the K-12 from reaching its potential. Ill-equipped facilities such as classrooms that lack essential things like water, electricity, and sanitary spaces made it hard not only for educational institutions to adjust to the new curriculum, but also the students. Alongside that, the lack of teachers trained in the new curriculum caused subjects to be taught by instructors with insufficient knowledge. Adding on to that, by comparing pre-K-12 national achievement test scores to current ones, show a drop in performance. According to Senator Gatchalian, in 2009, the passing rate was 69.21% for 6th graders and 46.38% for 10th graders. In 2017, on the other hand, NAT scores show the lowest recorded scores in history, with percentages of 39.4 and 43.38 respectively. Although the spiral progression designed in the new curriculum aimed to help students, its results say otherwise. Similarly, even with graduates equipped with the global competencies, companies are still reluctant to hire K-12 graduates. Despite the efforts, marginalization in the labor force continues to persist. Although, through the Enhanced Education Act of 2013, the government was able to institutionalize the international educational norm. Similarly, the government was able to fulfill its manifest function in establishing services by acquiring support from the Asian Development Bank through financial assistance, school-based feeding programs, the lobbying of private and non-government organizations and infrastructures, and the scouting of on-the-job learning opportunities in communities. However, despite the functions that the government was able to fulfill, the government as an institution has failed to provide enough support to the educational institutions to have sufficient facilities to uphold the goals of K-12. Even more so, families are also affected by the fact that their ability to care for their children is hampered by the added financial burden of the additional 2 years in senior high school. After all that has been said, we must admit that K-12 is still in its infancy. There is still room for improvement. There is no doubt that this program was implemented with the Filipino people in mind. Although, by objectively looking at the data that has been given, K-12 still has yet to live up to its promise.